Hi, I'm Rick at RickTurns, and today's video is... Hi, I'm Rick Morris, and this is the RickTurns channel. Today's project, I'm going to finish up this out-of-round bow that I turned. This is of cherry, and I left a nice wide rim here because I want to turn some little Christmas trees and mount them right here. It really makes it kind of a cool Christmas gift. RickTurns. Now I've got some, did you hear something? Okay, I've got some 1x1 pieces of scrap that I ripped on the bandsaw right here. Each one of those will be a Christmas tree. I'm not going to turn that many, of course. I just wanted to have some room. I'll cut them about 3 inches long. RickTurns! RickTurns, damn it! What? You still have time to change your careless ways. What careless ways? I always wear a dust mask. You leave your watch on while you're turning. You wear sandals instead of shoes, and you don't use a push stick at the bandsaw, RickTurns. Come on, lighten up, guy, will you? You will be visited by 3 spirits. Oh, like bourbon, whiskey, gin? Do not mock me, RickTurns! Okay. I'm not going to hawk you like there's any pawn shop anywhere around that would give me money for a ghost. Beware, RickTurns, or you will suffer as I. Well, that was totally weird. Christmas time, you know, things are weird, yeah. So I'm going to cut some of these down to 3-inch lengths, one for each tree, make a few of them for this bowl. I may also turn a few for another bowl like this that I haven't turned yet, but that I'm planning on. RickTurns. I am the ghost of Christmas past. Christmas pissed? What does that mean? No, not pissed. Past, as in past tense, for crying out loud. Oh, okay. So, what are you here for? RickTurns. Bandsaws are dangerous. Yeah, right. Whenever I go to the bandsaw, I tell myself, do not ever let your hand get in line with the blade, and you're safe. Be wary. So, let's get started here. RickTurns. I am the ghost of Christmas present. What? Another ghost? Okay. Christmas presents, huh? Well, like a car, maybe. I know. A Red Ryder BB gun with a compass in the stock. Silence! You still have time to avoid a tragic accident. Okay, just buzz off, buddy. I'm the soul of safety in my workshop. RickTurns. I am the ghost of Christmas future. Okay, what do you want? If you don't use a push stick, you will end up as Frodo of the 9 Fingers dead. Hey, don't make fun of Lord of the Rings, spook. Ignore my warning at your peril! Well, it actually looked, in the pictures, a little bit worse than it turned out to be. Didn't damage the bone. Chewed up the flesh right there, but the doctor tells me it'll fill back in, the skin will grow back in, everything will be okay. So it was not nearly as bad as it could have been. I was pulling on one end of the stick to get it through the blade, but I was using a finger on the teeth end of the blade to push it a little bit, and that was my mistake. the wood gave way. I was cutting right on the edge and my finger just barely slipped into the blade. Fortunately, I wasn't putting much pressure on it, so I lived to turn another day. So I'm going to cut a few of these pieces down to 3 inches, get over to the lathe and turn some Christmas trees. Got a little piece of spalted maple, at least I think it's maple. I know it's spalted. And it's about 3 inches long, which gives me enough room to turn without hitting up against there. That looks good enough. Going to go for maybe an 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches on these trees. I don't want them to be exactly the same. Got about a 1-inch skew here, about 2,000 RPM. And I'm taking off my watch. And let me see. 1.5. Now that length will be the tree portion. I also have a trunk down there, and then I'll have a tenon for mounting into a hole. And that is my tenon for mounting it. Okay. Done. Tiny bit of chipping, but overall not too bad. It's good for sanding here. That's going to make a nice tree. Now, last step, of course, part it off. And let me see, where's my parting tool? Right here. Yep. So wood's kind of weak, it breaks before I can finish cutting it. I'll sand that off on the sander. Got another piece of wood here. This is a dark wood. This is the fresh cut sides. Doesn't look too dark, but after a while it's going to darken down to that. And I don't know what kind of wood this is. I've had it for so long, I've forgotten what it said when I bought that little chunk of wood. Okay, now to put some holes in here for the trees. The length of that tenon is a little bit more than the depth of that, so it doesn't really matter how deep I go, because they're not going to go any deeper than the tenon because it's got a shoulder on it. I took my little trees over to the sander there and just sanded off the little stub that was left when I parted them off. So now all I really have to do is glue them in, because I've already finished the bowl here. And I'm going to use epoxy here. Number 3 in. And number 4. Excellent. So there we have it. So here's another Christmas bowl that I've just finished. This is about the 3rd one or 4th one, I think, of these that I've made, because I really like them. And we got these little Christmas trees here. Christmas trees, these little tiny ones like this, they're a lot of fun to make, and they don't take much time and they don't take many materials. Make a nice little decoration for bowls like this. See you next video.